Many of us think that we are okay, we don't need any fixing. Then there is another group that just thinks, oh, this is how I am, I'm just a difficult person. Then another that has personal progress feel a very false sense of superiority over others. And then another group that just thinks something must be wrong with me. Since creation, something is wrong with me. But then the truth is, you might be living under the role of an old protector, living under ego. And today, that is what we are going to be talking about. Hi, welcome to my channel. Welcome to the table, a safe space. We talk about growth, healing, walking with self, walking with God. So, in general, ego is your mental sense of self. What is your mental state in regards to your position in this world, or in regards to how you relate daily with reality? In healing and growth, ego acts like your inner protector. It is your inner protector. It acts like your identity builder. It acts like your personal manager in managing how you relate with reality daily. Here's the most important part that I want you to note. Rather than relating, or rather than seeing ego as something that you immediately need to get rid of, something that is very terrible, something that is very bad, that you need to get rid of, that you need to take away from your life, that you need to eliminate away from you, something that is very bad. I need you to understand that it is a psychological structure. It is a structure that you need to understand. You need to approach the concept with so much compassion, so much love, so much curiosity. It is a psychological structure. You need to understand and get to soften as you go. Get to soften to allow for a deeper personal growth and evolution in your life. So ego forms in our primitive stages, those early stages of development in life. Ego forms when the mind is untrained. Ego comes with immaturity, and ego comes when you have undergone a certain type of trauma in your childhood. It can be physical trauma, mental abuse, mental trauma. Maybe your for example, maybe your guidance were not emotionally present to your needs, or they might have been very dismissive of your needs, your emotional needs. You develop a certain type of trauma, and under all those four things that I mentioned, ego comes in to protect you, to cover you. It forms to cover you from vulnerability. It happens subconsciously. It like I already mentioned, it's a psychological structure that just forms subconsciously to cover you, to protect you. In giving identity, or in as an identity giver, ego shapes your beliefs. It shapes your beliefs, and then those beliefs will shape how you appear in the society, how you show up or fit in the society. Another role, apart from giving you identity, it forms to protect you, like I already mentioned. It comes in as an older sibling of yours, like a sibling that is always ready to defend you, that is always ready to stand up for you, to speak for you. It becomes your first responder to any sort of perceived threat. Ego becomes your first responder, like how you respond. It becomes your first responder to anything that you perceive as a threat to you, depending on the blueprint that has been laid on from what happened to you, the trauma that I already mentioned, etc. So you get to realize that ego, she creates those artificial walls in your mind, those imaginary artificial walls built from fear, from trauma, like I already mentioned, silence, and these all simply just coming out to protect you from further pain, from rejection, from trauma, or from anything. But now, here is the fix. Here is the most interesting part. You are growing. You are growing. You are constantly going to find yourself in new spaces. It could be maybe you are at university, in boarding high school, workplaces, in church, in relationships, neighbors, all those different types of communities. You are constantly going to be finding yourself in new spaces, and those spaces require you to learn. Those spaces require you to love. Those spaces require you to give love, to receive love. Those spaces require you to open up. They require you to open up. Those spaces require you to take up correction. They require you to simply say thank you, or to simply recognize that maybe you are the one who was wrong. They require you to connect with people, to form relationships, because in the end, the goal is for you to evolve into the real you, and get to enjoy from the fullness of who you truly are, your true identity. But ego blocks you from all that. Ego blocks you from all that. Ego cuts your connection with the outer world. It blocks you from all that. It cuts your connection from the outer world as you appear unapproachable, as you appear very cold, as you appear very defensive, as you appear very rude. It takes from you a lot more than what you think it is giving you. And I understand. It's because you are terrified. You are terrified of being nullified, of being rejected, of not being accepted, of not being recognized, of not being heard. You are afraid of being stabbed, of being hurt emotionally again, and all that ego does is simply to prevent that from happening. Ego just comes in to make sure that you don't feel that again. So this is why it is important for you to recognize this as a part of you that is simply needing integration. You don't need to take it away. It's integration that is needed. You need to learn about it, learn to accept it, and learn to recognize it. And in our next video, we are going to talk about how we can let down this ego, how you can come out of that trap, and we are going to discuss the truths behind those imaginary fears in your head. Don't get me wrong, they are so real, but we are going to break it all down, and you get to see the truths, the actual truths behind those fears. And we are also going to talk on how we can shift from fear to a place of safety. So if you find this content resonating with you, if it is something that interests you, stay tuned. This is the community, this is family, this is a safe space. Express yourself, write in the comment section. I want to learn from you. I want to pick 1 and 2 things also from you. Just stay tuned as we grow together, heal together, and evolve into the best versions of ourselves.